Good morning, guys. What's going on? It is Friday, June 12th, 2016. It is 9:12 in the morning right now. We're on the way making a long haul drive, a 2-hour and 45-minute drive down to West Palm Beach. Let's go. This is my current view right now. Just left the house a few minutes ago, so the drive down to West Palm Beach is about 2 hours and 45 minutes from here from Orlando. Going to be visiting one of the nicest areas in West Palm Beach, in Palm Beach. So it's the area of Wharf Avenue, so kind of what is Billionaires Row and that whole area. Gonna try to drive down Ocean Avenue as well. But yeah, just kind of road tripping. Today's kind of a big day. Today's the SpaceX IPO, so June 12th. But anyhow, check out this sick view while I have you guys here. Love this view. But it's early morning. It's around 9:13 at the moment. Check out this view here of this opening. Yeah, so today was a big day. Today is this morning. It hasn't happened yet. At 9:30, SpaceX has their IPO, their initial public offering. They're talking about valuations between 1.75 trillion and $2 trillion. Going to make, without a doubt, going to make Elon Musk a trillionaire, the first trillionaire. Oh, look, a raccoon just crossed the road. There's a raccoon just crossed the road right here. That was a close one. But anyways, it's going to make Elon Musk the first trillionaire. Not that it matters, I guess. But yeah, it's a big deal, that initial public offering. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I have a feeling that all the stock market is going to hit a snag today from all the investors that have been with SpaceX and get to liquidate their shares. Which I believe could happen now once the market opens, or within the next 6 months. I forgot what they were talking about in regards to that. But it's going to be a big deal because this is the largest IPO in history. So you have SpaceX happening in 2026, which is today, June 12th, 2026, their initial public offering. And then you have Anthropic's IPO. They're supposed to be worth like $975 billion. And then OpenAI, which will be interesting as well to see that IPO. I'm here in the van. I have to deliver a package down to West Palm Beach. I'm kind of running an errand. Might as well make a little short trip out of it. But yeah, here in Champions Gate. Take a look. Running in the van. I'm going to be driving a lot of miles today, so I don't know. I'll be on the road for about six hours driving on the highway. I'll be gone basically from 9 to 5, so kind of all day out and about. I'll try to film. I'm going to film as much as I can for you guys. I brought the 1 terabyte SD card for my camera, as well as the chargers, so I get lots of footage. Hopefully this is a long video for you guys. But man, what an absolutely beautiful day to be on the road today. Absolutely stunning day.
At the next light, turn left.
I don't know if you guys can see the Omni Resort here, but man, it's such a beautiful day. West Palm Beach is always beautiful, in particular the area that I'm headed to, Wharf Ave. Absolutely gorgeous area. But anyhow,
at the light, turn left onto Champions Gate Boulevard.
I got a long way to go. I'm not sure really where I'm headed, but yeah, anyways, yeah, today's a big IPO day for SpaceX. By the time this comes out, which should be Saturday, there it is right there, Omni Champions Gate. So by the time this comes out, which is Saturday, you're probably gonna know what has happened already with SpaceX and kind of what's happening. They're talking about the market kind of, not being able to handle everyone trying to buy stocks in SpaceX, so potentially crashing the market or something. Who knows? I think what's going to happen is a lot of people that tried to get in, I think it was like $75 billion that was raised in the initial public offering. I think what's going to happen is a lot of those people that thought they were rewarded stocks aren't going to get them, which is fine. Normally the price peaks at this moment, then it drops within the first month, and it'll be like that, and then you want to pick it up kind of in the bottom if you can, if you weren't part of the first batch of people, part of the IPO. But yeah, anyways, hopefully the market does incredibly well today. Not only SpaceX, but all the other companies do incredibly well today. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm on the road, probably on the Turnpike. So we'll check you guys out in a bit. Champions Gate. Time to jump on I-4 and then the Turnpike. Andiamo. We got a long way to go. I'm still stuck in Orlando. We had to jump on I-4 and then jump on the Turnpike, and then we're on the way to Orlando. Not Orlando, what am I talking about? We're on the way to West Palm Beach. Love West Palm Beach. It's a long way away though. It's a long way away. Probably stop at a rest stop on the way back, get something to eat. Yeah, show you guys what a rest stops look like here in Florida along the Turnpike. But right now I have to go through Disney and Celebration, and yeah, this is the traffic in Orlando at 9:25 in the morning on a Friday. So yeah, while I'm down in West Palm Beach, I'm going to take you guys by Ocean Avenue, which is where Mar-a-Lago is. Hopefully I get to drive in front of Mar-a-Lago. I haven't seen Mar-a-Lago. I've actually been to Mar-a-Lago twice, inside Mar-a-Lago, which is absolutely amazing. It was the old Post house, so kind of like Post cereal. Same company, the same. It was a lady who owned Post. I forgot her name, something Post. But she's the one who made Mar-a-Lago before Donald Trump purchased it many years ago. Now it's like a club. It's been a club for many years, but they have a spa there, tennis courts, that kind of deal. But yeah, I haven't been there since, I don't know, since 2004 to 2007. Sometime along there I went twice. But yeah, absolutely amazing place. I mean, absolutely luxurious place, absolutely beautiful. Feels like a whole nother world when you're driving down Ocean Avenue and seeing these homes. And yeah, I'm gonna put the camera down for a minute. There's a Florida Highway Patrol in front of me, so yeah, we'll check you guys out in a few minutes. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right over there is a balloon from Disney Springs. We're just by Celebration Avenue right now in Celebration, jumping on the 417 to Florida's Turnpike. There you go. 86 degrees outside, so right now we're jumping on the 417 to get the Turnpike down to West Palm Beach. Not Miami, we're going to West Palm Beach, but yeah, lots of tolls on the way there, lots of gas, lots of traffic. Friday. Let's go. That's the Celebration Hospital there too, by the way. Really nice hospital. This hospital there to the left. They keep expanding it like crazy. Celebration Avenue right here. Gaylord Palm right there. I was listening to Pitbull 305. That's his radio right there. Listen to what? Big Pun? Big Pun on the radio. Haven't heard Big Pun in a long time. Mr. 305, that's what I've been jamming to since I'm headed down to South Florida. You can see the Orlando World Center Marriott that way. That's where I used to work many, many moons ago. The world's largest Marriott. Straight back that way. Worked at the front desk. Love that job. Got to talk to lots and lots and lots of people and meet people from all over the world. And I got to do sales. I got to upgrade people and made a ton of money for working very easily, just checking, talking to people all day, which I like doing anyways. That's why I talk to you guys. It's kind of like I'm talking to a friend and just jumping on a phone call talking to a friend. So it's kind of, I view it the same exact way. And that's basically what I'm doing here. Talking to you guys and yeah, hitting the road. Let's go. That's it. We're on the Florida Turnpike from off of Osceola Parkway. Boom. Now we're on the road. I got to take it 134 miles. Check that out. 134 miles that way.
For 134 miles, continue straight.
Now time to really hit the road. Really hit the road. You know, I enjoy being on the road, so I'm not looking forward to this. I'm definitely looking forward to this. It's a Friday, so it's kind of the busiest day in Florida, with people kind of traveling between Miami and Orlando. I'm trying to find the best seat here. So with this shirt being loose, but yeah, just kind of driving. It's I don't know how many other people feel the same way, but sometimes it's nice to be alone and just kind of be in your thoughts and see the beautiful scenery and just kind of drive and explore, especially a place like Florida. I mean, just such a beautiful state to drive. It's such a long state too, but it's not terrible. I'll be there by where I need to be, which is downtown West Palm Beach, right at the heart of West Palm Beach, by 12 o'clock. So I left my house around 9:15. So it's 2 hours and 45 minutes and I'll be there. And a beautiful day. Check out all this road work happening on the turnpike. Osceola Parkway right there, right above me. But yeah, it's a long drive, but I have to do it. I have to come out here anyways. So I figured might as well give you guys a tour of West Palm Beach and kind of show you what it's like. I mean, I've been around a lot of beautiful homes. I grew up in South Florida, so I've seen them, been exposed to them. There are no homes that I've ever seen as large as those in the West Palm Beach area. Of course, you have Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump's primary residence, and and then all the other homes around his property, which are absolutely stunning. It just feels like another world. It's the closest that I've seen in Florida that feels like California, if that makes any sense. But it kind of feels like Monterey, California, off the Pacific Coast Highway, the PCH. It kind of reminds me of that a bit. There aren't cliffs. There's nothing like that. But you're on Ocean Ave, and on one side are the mega mansions like Mar-a-Lago, and the other side is the ocean. And then the beaches are kind of private. You're not going to go to those beaches because they're like clubs. So there's like gates to get onto those beaches. But yeah, everything is very private, which is it's very interesting to see that world. I'm definitely not a part of that world. I've never been. I just was fortunate enough to visit Mar-a-Lago twice, which was an experience in itself. And just, I mean, you realize that you're in someone's house, not a hotel. But the best way I could describe it, it's like the nicest, most luxurious hotel, with the best finishes and gold and very ornate. All the rooms were ornate, all the hallways were ornate. But yeah, you could kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but you could smell the money in West Palm Beach. I mean, like real money, not millionaires, like, I don't know, like centimillionaires and billionaires. You could almost feel it. It's just very old money is the best way I could describe it. It reminds me a lot of maybe like Long Island, like the Hamptons would be the best place to kind of compare it to, or even like the Upper East Side in New York. That kind of had that same feel. Like the same people who would live there probably have the money to live in West Palm Beach and vice versa. But yeah, just such a beautiful place. I mean, you know, it's one of those things that it's like, is it worth being the poorest person in the richest neighborhood just so you could live there and live in that beauty and be surrounded by that? I don't know. I don't live there. I have my life in Orlando with my kids and Disney, and we have an international airport really close by, so within 30 minutes I'm in an international airport and we're gone. And the most important thing to me really is we're near the ports. I mean, I'm probably about 50 minutes away from two ports. So Port Canaveral on the east coast, and then the port in the west coast, which is Tampa, which we really don't leave from too often. And then to get to Fort Lauderdale, even though I'm going to West Palm Beach, and it's 2 hours and 45 minutes away, it really takes about 3 hours to get to Miami if you just take the turnpike the whole way down. But yeah, kind of almost the same, but you have to go to get to West Palm Beach. You have to take the turnpike, and then you got to go east to get to the beach, so to get to the ocean. But yeah, whereas the turnpike, when you go to Miami, drops you kind of right near downtown Miami. So it almost takes the same amount of time, maybe 15 minutes more, because you're driving straight there. And to get to Fort Lauderdale, it probably takes 2 hours and 45 minutes just taking the turnpike straight there. But yeah, this is the traffic headed to Orlando on a Friday. Kids are on spring break. So yeah, you're going to get lots and lots of traffic headed to Orlando. Let's see. So here you go. Miami, 211 miles away. 211 miles away, Miami. I'm not going to Miami. I'm taking the turnpike for 127 miles, and then I have to get off near Jupiter, Florida. Jupiter's absolutely beautiful too. Kind of reminds me, it's almost like West Palm Beach. Lots of wealth there. That whole area is full of a lot of wealth. Yeah, but you get off in West Palm Beach and kind of go down. You get off in Jupiter and then go south, like southeast to West Palm Beach. But yeah, I just kind of enjoy this quiet time on the road. Hopefully it stays like this. It's 87 degrees, which has been a beautiful day, and I think it's supposed to be like this the rest of today, which would be wonderful. But yeah, not a lot of traffic at the moment going the other way. There's traffic going the opposite direction, but not headed towards West Palm Beach at the moment. Let's see when I get to West Palm Beach. I should be there around lunchtime, and to be honest, all the times I've been down there at any time of the day, there's not a lot of traffic. The people who live out there normally aren't people going to offices, so there's not a lot of commuter traffic. Oh, funny, there's two Rivians. So one Rivian truck there, and there's another one behind me back there. Interesting. But yeah, normally there's not a lot of traffic in West Palm Beach, just because the typical person who lives there doesn't go to an office and that kind of stuff. Just because of the wealth, they normally own businesses, or just high net worth individuals aren't going to the office. They're normally either working from home or running their offices and things like that from their homes. They're not their employees having to go to the offices. Yeah, right. Awesome. Well, I'm going to leave you guys for a bit as I drive here in traffic. In the meantime, check out one Rivian. Check out another one right there. Two Rivians. 1, 2. So you got them both in front. The two Rivians right there. I haven't driven on the turnpike in quite some time. What is crazy is that speed limit is 70 miles per hour. Anyways, I'm here by Canoe Creek, so Dunkin' Donut, Nature's Table, Wendy's, and have 117 miles to go. But the speed limit is 70 miles per hour, and the people legitimately are driving like 85, 90 miles per hour. Just boom, racing, and there's like groups of people racing. But you can't see them right now, but they were like racing, like going from one lane and then passing each other, and then they would go and then pass each other. I mean, it was like group after group doing that the whole way down. You're like, man, where are you going to in such a rush? You get one ticket, or you crash and you're done, man. But I'm chilling. I'm enjoying my day driving to West Palm. I don't mind it. I like driving. I like driving down to West Palm. Yeah, making a day out of it. I was jamming out to some Charlie Puth. Attention. What do you got? Left lane. Next plaza, 47 miles. You better pee in Canoe Creek. Pee in Canoe Creek. Don't pee inside the canoe. Inside the Canoe Creek. Just pee inside the rest stop in Canoe Creek. Nothing like the Turnpike. Brightline. That's an interesting advert. Nothing like the Turnpike, but it was a Brightline commercial. Wouldn't the Turnpike be taking away business from Brightline? Anyways, it's not, because Brightline is failing. Financially, they're doing absolutely terrible. So if you guys don't know, I'm an accountant, and I've been an accountant for over 20 years. Worked in corporate accounting, private accounting, worked with high-level CEOs and doing financials for very well-known companies, and doing all the 10Ks and everything you can imagine, and quarterlies, everything for all the publicly traded companies, for quite a few publicly traded companies that you guys may have heard of. But Brightline, anyways, is not doing so well. So I just saw the advert for Brightline, but they were advertising Brightline and the Turnpike as being one, which doesn't make sense to me. To me, they take away from each other. Trains would take away from vehicle transportation, but so that's Canoe Creek right there. Canoe Creek Service Plaza. So that was Canoe Creek Service Plaza back there in the gas station. But anyways, Brightline hasn't been doing so well, which I'm not surprised. Florida, just the U.S. in general. I know, I'll give you guys an example. The FIFA World Cup is happening right now across all of North America. So Mexico, U.S., Canada, the three. But, and I see all these posts of Europeans posting of what America's like. The Waffle Houses, the Buc-ee's, which I did a video on Buc-ee's. You can check that out. And just kind of what our life is like. Our lives really much are dictated by our cars, by vehicles. The U.S. is designed, the urban planning of the United States is so large. It's such a big country. Every state is equivalent to many large countries, actually. We have to drive everywhere, from our suburban homes to our place of business to, groceries or whatever, shopping. So we're constantly driving. So we're in our vehicles a lot. Hence, like me, I'm going to be in my car driving. I think it's like 500 miles I'm driving today. And it's nothing to me at all. Nothing to me at all to drive 500 miles in one day. I could drive a lot more than that in one day. But yeah, I'm doing this drive 500 miles one day, coming back. I left my house at 9:15, stopping, getting down, walking around, having lunch, all that. I'll be back home by 5 o'clock. And I have no problem with that. That's my day, 9 to 5, kind of on the road. But going back to that. So my mom wanted to go down to Miami, where my brother still lives, and she wanted to take the Brightline. But here's the thing: my mom lives about 30 minutes away from the Brightline station. Got a huge splatter bug right on my windshield right there. Nasty. So it's 10 o'clock in the morning right now. But anyhow, so my mom lives about 45 minutes from the nearest Brightline station. So she'd have to essentially Uber there and then catch the Brightline to then go down. And I think the tickets right now are like $134 per person, which is kind of crazy, really, because they used to be cheap. They used to be, I think it was like $40 a person, so like less than a third of the price, and then it jumped up to $134. I was actually going to do a video right before they announced that they're going bankrupt. Basically, the Brightline train is going bankrupt, the company that runs it, because nobody's riding it. And we don't have customers to ride it. There's a very select few people who ride it. They're not commuters. They're not people who have to ride it. I know and have heard of some of them, and they definitely don't need to be going on the Brightline. They're not going for work or anything like that. But maybe if you're traveling by yourself, it's worth it. I don't know. I mean, I'm just to give you a perspective of what it's costing me to go to West Palm Beach and come back up in one day. with gas is costing me about roughly $40 to fill up to go one way and come back and be, at least half tank full. So that's, if I have to fill up twice, that's $80 right there. And probably on food, I'll probably spend $20 on food at a rest stop. So yeah, what am I, $100 in, and maybe with tolls another $10, $15, let's call it $115 to do the whole round trip. But I'm on my own. I have my own freedom. I have my own everything. I can stop whenever I want. I'm shipping something. That's all. Literally, I'm taking something. So I'm not paying on shipping. So it's $115, and I'm getting to spend the day on the road. I mean, I absolutely love it, as opposed to getting the Bright Line. Going back to the cost of the Bright Line. So I priced this all out and put in an Excel sheet and kind of did all the costs, which then makes sense why nobody's taking it. For my mom to take an Uber from her house to the nearest Bright Line station was like $45. All right. Now, on top of that, you got to tack on the ticket price, which was $130, not including tax. Tax is about 6.5% in Orange County, Florida. Total price, so 6.5% of $130,000. Let's call it another $9. So that's about, let's round up. Let's call it $140 right there between ticket price and tax. $45 on the Uber. So now you're at $185 right there. That's okay. A plane ticket costs that much, really. Now what's going to happen is when she gets down to Miami, how is she going to get around? Let's say once she's down in Miami, the only way for her to get around is for people to pick her up. And if someone doesn't pick her up, she's going to have to pay for an Uber from the train station to whatever house she's going to stay at in Miami. Let's say my brother's house. That's about $70 right there. So now you're at $255 right there for her whole trip, and she hasn't even come back. So if you're talking about the same trip coming back, let's get rid of the cost. You're talking about $500 trip easily. For someone like just one person traveling on the Bright Line, like my mom. Forget about hotel stays, forget about anything else, and that's $500 right there. And on top of that, then she's stuck at a house, so she can't go anywhere because she doesn't have a vehicle. And if she does have a vehicle, she either has to bother somebody in order to be able to get a ride somewhere, which is no fun for anyone, really. We all like our own freedom, so that's why I'm driving right now. Or you need to get an Uber or Lyft or whatever, and you gotta expense that money. So all that starts adding up real quick. So a trip to Miami could be, I don't know, $700 just in transportation, between the trains, the Ubers, and then to Uber about to kind of get a day out of driving around. But anyways, this is a nice part of Florida I really like. This is kind of what they call the old cracker country around here. This is where all the old cowboys used to be in Florida. Actually, Florida was the first place outside of Mexico. Florida was the first place in the U.S. That the Spanish brought cattle, so livestock. So that's cattle, horses, pigs, chickens. The only actually domesticated animal in the U.S. and in the Americas was a turkey. Actually, Mexico was the first one to domesticate the turkey, and then in North America was domesticated. Actually, twice it was domesticated. But so this Florida was the first place with cowboys, which is quite interesting. I see shows like Yellowstone and all that becoming really popular. But here it is. This is what it looks like. When the Spanish came, they brought their horses, they brought their cattle, so cows, they brought pigs, swine, so that's the wild hogs that we have all over the place are from those released pigs because they breed like crazy. And actually, as soon as a domesticated pig gives birth in the wild, the pigs have such a high survival instinct they become wild boars immediately, just in one generation, just from being released. It's like a survival instinct, and they're incredibly tough. You'll see them here on the side of the road, not right now because it's 10 o'clock in the morning, but if it was really early in the morning, you would see them like on the side of the road there, and you would see turkey. So Florida has a lot of turkey, a lot of deer, a lot of white-tailed deer, a lot of wild boars, all over the place. This whole area is full of them. But you can see all those pine forests; those have been clear cut. You can see the little small saplings that have been planted there. But that's what most of Florida looked like. All big trees. So we had big cypress trees, oak trees, big pine trees, and then the Spanish came and started the cowboy culture throughout all of Florida. A lot through Central Florida, a lot. So from Okeechobee, Lake Okeechobee, to about Gainesville, if you kind of look at that whole area, which is why Ocala is so popular when it comes to the equestrian community. So people riding horses and stuff like that. My sister-in-law, she's a realtor here in Central Florida, and she just sold a house in one day. One day she sold a house in Ocala, and which is unusual because we lived in Winter Garden, and there's so much inventory for sale that people keep dropping the price, one after the other, and homes are sitting in the market for a long time. Why? There's too much inventory. But Ocala is actually the number one housing market in the United States where people are moving to, is Ocala, Florida. And they have a huge equestrian community there. Ocala and Wellington, which is right next to Ocala. But very, very big equestrian community that it dates back almost 500 years since the Spanish were there, and they brought the horses. But yeah, there's a lot of money in that area too. John Travolta has a home there, and that's where he has his own plane hangar where he pulls up his plane to his own home, which is crazy. Love this area right here, this open area. I love long distance vistas like this where you see, but there's always cops hanging out in this thing, so I gotta be careful. But anyways, yeah, John Travolta has a house out there. I'm sure there's other celebrities that are known that are out there, but just really big properties out there. There's lots of land that you could acquire in Ocala, and it's really nice and rolling hills, and great if you have horses. Where we live, people have horses, but it's not as good on their hooves because of the wet soil. It's not as healthy for them. But in Ocala, they have nice rolling hills and nice pasture land. So the horses love it there, and they absolutely gorgeous land there. What time it is? 10:10. All right, I'm 99 miles roughly away, so I'm getting there. But yeah, so the Bright Line, why is it doing so bad? Going back to kind of how I started this little intro, this moment. But not enough people are riding it because of the cost of the Bright Line supersedes the cost of just driving, like what I'm doing right now. And unless the price comes down to what it was, I think it was $40 before. I'm not really sure, I never took it. But more than tripling in price, what it is, 300% plus increase in price, nobody's going to be doing it. The cost, the money doesn't make sense, nobody's going to be doing it. But yeah, that's why we drive. That's why we have such a high driving culture. It's very easy to drive on these highways in the U.S. I mean, you don't need a map. You don't need anything. It tells you exactly where to go. If you drive in the U.S., all the highways are clearly marked. They're all the same in every state. So it doesn't matter once you go from one state to the next. If the signs are on the left, that means that the exit's on the left. If the sign's on the right, the exit's on the right. Yeah, and you pretty much could take, they're all very numerical. So north to south, and then running north to south, and then east to west. So yeah, if you know the numbering system, you pretty much could get anywhere in Florida, anywhere in the U.S. You just take the road. I mean, you could take a road like I-95 all the way from Miami, all the way up to almost Canada, all the way up through Maine, almost to Canada. I'm not sure if it crosses like near Prescott or Caribou, which is the northern part of Maine. But yeah, those guys working on the road here, cutting the grass. Always cool to see that. Look at this beautiful long distance vista right here. Guys cutting the grass. That was actually 3 trucks that were in a car accident. 3 trucks. So it was a U-Haul, an 18-wheeler, so a 26-foot U-Haul, which I almost drove one when I was moving my mom recently, an 18-wheeler, and a big old Penske moving truck. And they all got into an accident, and they were all bashed up. In particular, the Penske truck and the U-Haul were really messed up back there. They were pulling out a Caterpillar. What is it? Caterpillar. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Like a Bobcat type deal, to be able to pull it out because it was all dismantled in the front. The motor on the 26-foot U-Haul and the Penske truck. But yeah, that's why you have to take your time and don't rush on these highways. It's very, very dangerous. The people booking it like 90, 100 miles per hour. It's really, really dangerous. I'll get there when I get there. I'll get there alive. I'll live to see another day. Yeah. So, a couple things. I'm going to be getting down here in Fort Drum. I have to use the restroom, so I'll be getting down for a minute. I'll show you guys what that looks like. But anyways, I just saw a sign for Brightline, a billboard, not a sign, a billboard for the Brightline off the Florida Turnpike here that said $39 for a train from Orlando to Miami. That's what it used to be. It used to be $39. Now it's $134, not including tax. Yeah. That's why people aren't riding the Brightline. We could do, I think most people could do $39 one way. It's okay to do, but once you triple it, 300-something%, it's hard to do. And on another note, I tried to purchase some SpaceX shares via IPO via SoFi Bank, which allowed you to do pre-price and pre-purchase stocks for SpaceX IPO at $135 a share. I tried to purchase X amount, and I was only granted 3 shares. 3 shares. Pretty frustrating. I tried to purchase more shares over the phone, called them up, tried to purchase over the phone, and they said that that they're halting, that's the words they use, they're halting the sale of any more SpaceX shares. Alright, what does that mean to regular people? SpaceX decided to allocate, I believe it was $75 billion worth of shares to consumers, so regular people like you and I, to be able to purchase shares via the IPO. So that's what they're putting out in the market. Elon Musk is retaining about 80 to 85% share ownership. So this is where we're getting down here at Fort Drum. So they have a Dunkin' Donuts, KFC, Wendy's, Ville Italian Kitchen, and Nathan's Hot Dog. So Elon Musk is retaining 80 to 85% of all the shares within SpaceX. So SpaceX is not just SpaceX, SpaceX XAI, which is like their database and all that, and data warehouse storage facilities to store data, kind of like their clouds essentially. and it's also Starlink, which is internet. I use Starlink. A lot of people use Starlink. So it's those three companies encompass within SpaceX. So you're kind of investing in all three of those companies. So long story short, I wasn't able to purchase anymore. Kind of frustrated, I'm not going to lie. The purchase price, the pre-IPO price, was $135 a share. I just saw the price right now is $405 a share, and the market opened at 9:30, and it's currently 10:30. So in 1 hour, the price of the shares tripled. Damn. Well, what can I do? What can I do? I guess I'm not in the club. So, whatever. Hopefully the price is going to go down again at that moment. Scoop it up. A lot of people that were granted shares within SpaceX that work for the company are going to be liquidating their shares. I think it's like 4,000 individuals in Boca Chica, which is a city in the southern part of Texas where SpaceX is based out of, is Boca Chica, Texas. It's about 4,000 individuals that were granted shares of the company, that work for the company. A lot of them are going to be liquidating. They're going to be liquidating their shares so they can cash out and get some of that money as the price has gone up, of course. You can't blame them. When that happens, hopefully some of those shares become available. When a company goes public or decides to offer shares, SpaceX is very unique in what they're doing. But in a nutshell, the shares that they've offered to individuals are only X amount of shares. I forgot what it was. Whatever $135 a share divided into 75 billion that's how many shares were allocated to the public. This is at Fort Drum Service Plaza. That's where I'm going. But let me slow down here. But yeah, that's the amount that's been allocated. That's it. They can't allocate more to the public, especially because Elon Musk is retaining 80 to 85% ownership in SpaceX. So what is given, it's it. That's all. So yeah, hopefully the price goes down and it becomes available to purchase again, and I can, but who knows. But anyhow, here's the Fort Drum Service Plaza right here. I'm trying to go there. I don't know how to park, but that's it right there. That's where we'll be going. Boom. Fort Drum Service Plaza. So, but yeah, hopefully it becomes available to purchase again, and we could try to repurchase some shares again at a lesser price than the 135, which would be ideal. But yeah, I didn't get
Go past the stop sign, then at the next one, take a slight left turn.
I didn't get all the shares I was hoping to get on the pre-IPO, so it is what it is. What can I do? I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's where we're headed to. Let's see, is there parking over there? I don't know. Let's park right here. Just in case there's... All right, let me show you guys where we're at right now, at the moment. This is the Fort Drum Service Plaza. And we're still, what's that? An hour and 20 minutes away, 88 miles. Andiamo. All right, show you guys the Service Plaza here. But yeah, we're about 88 miles away, not too far, an hour and 20 minutes. Starlink, come on, man. Starlink, SpaceX, what's going on? That's it. Check that out. Look at that. So we got Dunkin' Donuts, KFC, Wendy's, Nathan's, Earl Sandwich. Let's go. Look at that. Celebrate Florida's state symbols. 250 years. There's a cool plaza here. There's a cool plaza. We'll check it out, and then we'll see about SpaceX. See if we can buy some more shares. Look at this. Those are cool. That's cool right there. Let's head to the restroom, and then yeah, we'll check out if we could buy some SpaceX shares. That's what it looks like. Villa Italian, Wendy's, KFC, Earl Sandwich. You got Mickey. Look at that. Dunkin' Donuts. Let's head to the restroom and let's roll out. Because I want to go to West Palm. Let's go. Let me show you guys where we're headed to now, which is where I'm headed to is an hour and 18 minutes away. This is kind of what the whole place looks like. But let's try to see if we could purchase the shares right now. Let's see. It didn't work before. Let's try to see if we could do it now. All right. Let's see if we got some SpaceX shares or not. I don't know. I'm checking on the SoFi app now. Let me see if I can show you guys here in a minute. All right. So I was allocated 3 shares. I don't even know what it's going for now. Maybe it's 4 times the price. I have no idea what it's going for. That's all I was allocated. There you go. That's all I could get. Let's see what happens if I click. Let's see. Trade. Buy. That's the message I get. Buying is not available. Trading for this security is currently unavailable due to temporary halt. Please check back. Alrighty. Looks like it's not going to be happening today. No shares in SpaceX, at least not for today. Give me 1 second, we'll film you guys. Let me put this away real quick. Alrighty, back on the road. This is what the place looks like. I'm not going to film too much. There's too many people around at the moment. But this is what it looks like. A big line over at Dunkin' Donuts. And we're going to be headed out over to West Palm Beach. We're going to be right in the heart of West Palm Beach. Yeah, downtown West Palm Beach. Yeah, that's cool. Order Wendy's right there. You got a little gift shop this way. Sunshine Market. Boom. Boom. Let's go. Off to West Palm Beach. Beautiful day, probably 88 degrees at the moment. But yeah, not too shabby. We're going to be right at the heart of downtown West Palm. I'll drive around, show you guys around Ocean Avenue and kind of all the cool places there. So that's where we were. All right, andiamo. All right, so we're just leaving the service plaza now. That's it right there. We're headed south. So this is a Fort Drum Service Plaza. See right there. Cool little spot. And yeah, we're headed south right now on the Florida Turnpike. So, time to get out of here. Time to hit the road. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no. Alright. Used to love that show. I forgot what it was called. Married with Children? Ah, no, that's not it.
Stay in the right lane.
That's where we're headed to. Florida Turnpike South. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. I found love. You know the song. Look at those guys charging. They just got to stand there and talk to each other. I had a Tesla before. I'm not doing that. I just pump gas and hit the road, Jack. Because I'm not going to be pumping gas there for 24 hours. But yeah, head to Florida Turnpike South. That's where we're going.
Merge onto Florida's Turnpike South.
That was a quick little pit stop there at the restrooms over at Fort Drum.
For 68 miles, continue straight.
Let's get back on the road here. But that was a quick little rest stop here at the on the Florida Turnpike at Fort Drum. Just wanted to show you guys what our rest stops look like. They look great. I mean, they're really clean, really cool, nice places to stop, you know, when you're on the road and have a long road trip. But as you guys saw, I have well, let me just tell you guys where I'm at right now. I just left Fort Drum and I'm on the Florida Turnpike, and I'm about 68 miles away from exiting the Florida Turnpike. And there you go, Fort Pierce, 31 miles, Miami, 151 miles. There you go. But yeah, as you guys saw, I tried to buy some more SpaceX shares, and I couldn't. They just gave me 3 shares. 3. Alright, I don't know. Hopefully those shares become worth millions of dollars each, but I doubt it. But yeah, I tried to buy a lot more than 3 shares, but that's not what I was given. I was given only 3 lousy, I don't want to say lousy shares, but nevertheless, I have 3 shares. That's all I got. I'd be a lot happier with like 100 shares, but whatever. When you're not in the club, you're not in the club. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Prices always drop, and when they drop, I'll be there to sweep them up. I know they're going to drop. They always drop, especially after an IPO. The IPO date, it's always the craziest high prices, and then they drop. And then when they drop, you buy them. You buy them on the dip. So I can't tell right now what the price is on SpaceX shares, because on Robinhood, on Fidelity, on Ameriprise, anywhere you try to see what the price is, it doesn't show you at the moment. I guess because, like they said, they were gonna, when the IPO came out, this is the largest valuation for an IPO in history. So there's talks that it was between 1.75 trillion and $2 trillion. Just to put it in some kind of perspective, Walmart is worth about $985 billion. SpaceX is being valued at almost $2 trillion. And Nvidia, the most valued company in the world currently, is valued, I believe, at $5.5 trillion. So SpaceX is being valued at almost a third of the price of Nvidia, which is the chip maker, Nvidia. Just to kind of give you some perspective as to what these numbers actually mean. But again, the SpaceX is just not rockets. It's rockets, Starlink, so the internet, and third, XAI. XAI is their database storage warehousing system. So that's where you store everything in the cloud. That's XAI. But is the valuation high for what it is? Absolutely. But that's what they said about Tesla too. That's what they said about, other things. And why not invest in a company where the owner is so close to the higher ups, like the president and so on? I mean, that's a pretty safe bet, I think, at least. But yeah, hopefully they let us buy again. And anyways, I'm on the road. Absolutely stunning day, 88 degrees. 88 degrees right there. Not 98 degrees, but 88 degrees. 10:48. Yeah, about to pop this Coke Zero I got here. A little Coke Zero here. Let's put the camera up here for a minute. I got a little hanging thing here to hold the camera. Coke Zero. I'm thirsty. Alright, this is not a Coke Zero ad, so anyways, that's the road. I'll show you guys in a bit where I'm headed to. To Sirius Radio Pop 2K here. So I spent a little bit of time just rocking out to this music, checking out this nice view here. There's a Cracker Barrel. Rise and dine at any time. Next exit. Ooh, Cracker Barrel. Too bad I'm not hungry. If I was hungry right now, I wouldn't mind dining at Cracker Barrel. I like going there, especially when I'm on the road. I like going to Cracker Barrel. It's kind of like an American tradition. I mean, if you're on the road, you have to hit up Cracker Barrel. But I'm not really hungry. And I'm by myself, so it's not the same to sit there and eat. If I'm by myself, I like to eat someplace quick, like a quick service restaurant kind of thing, over-the-counter type deal, so I can just get my food, hit the road, Jack. When I was younger, I used to get a lot of food and just kind of walk or hit the road. Ooh, there's a cop here. Everybody slow down. All right, we're coming back to civilization. There's a popo right there.
Speed check reported ahead on Florida's Turnpike South.
Got the popo back there. Saw you. I'm not going that fast, really. I'm going the speed limit. Everyone else is booking it right past me, going like 90. So I'm definitely safe here. But yeah, I should be getting to West Palm Beach within the next 40 minutes. I haven't filmed much, really, because it's kind of a boring drive, this whole area. It's just a lot of greenery. So it almost feels like you're in a tunnel. Check it out. Yeah, it starts feeling like kind of like you're in a tunnel because everything looks the same with the trees on each side. You're just tunnel vision. So either time goes by quickly or goes by slowly. But yeah, I don't mind it. I just listen to the radio when I'm not talking to you guys. But I enjoy talking. Most of the time I will spend talking on the phone. So I kind of view talking to a camera and talking to you guys like me being on a phone talking to somebody. Because I get bored. I don't know if I have ADD or ADHD. I can't focus for too long. I get bored, and once I figure something out, I'm off to the next. But Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, 9 miles away. Guess what they have there? Another Wendy's. And a Dunkin' Donuts, which has a huge line. So I'd love to get a coffee, but I'm probably not going to get a coffee there. But yeah. And lots of tolls, so you'll see this when you're driving through Florida. Lots and lots of these toll charges, basically. Kind of reminds me of like, excuse me. I drank some Coca-Cola, Coke Zero. Man, it's super gassy. But anyways, it reminds me. All these toll roads always remind me of like medieval Europe, where they would have the castles on either side of a river, like the Danube or whatever, or the Rhine or whatever, and then they'll string a huge chain across the river, like the Danube or the Rhine, and you had to pay a tax or a toll in order to cross it. And that's how a lot of the lords and royalty in the area became wealthy and got to build their big castles, was from charging people tolls to cross down the Danube or bring their goods up the Danube or the Rhine or any other river for that matter. Yeah, and it always reminds me of that when I'm going past the tolls. Many moons ago, I used to work for a company called ACS Infrastructure and Development. They're the world's largest civil engineering company. And what they do is build roads all over the world, from Russia to Chile to Europe to America. Build the roads. They finance the roads as well. So it's called PPP, is the financing that they use to finance these public projects and private public project or something along those lines. I can't remember. It's been a few years. But yeah, and then they would sell it off right after, I believe it was like 1 year after they opened up a road project, which typically took 5 years of planning, 5 years to develop it, and then 30 years of maintenance. And normally what they would do, look at this big pile of poop. That's not really a big pile of poop. It's actually, that's a Florida mountain right there, is what we call those. But, yeah, that's just a trash mountain where they put the trash and it starts piling up. They stack it and it starts getting taller and taller. But yeah, these roadway projects, after about a year of being open, they'll sell it off. So on the 11th year, essentially, they'll sell it off to another developer to maintain it, to operate and maintain it. How do they make the revenue? The tolls. That's how they make the revenue. So they value the sales price to whoever the next purchaser is who's going to operate and maintain it. based off how many tolls they expect to get, how many cars are crossing that area at any given time. So you'll see the strips on the road a lot of time, these black strips, and what they're doing is they're counting traffic. It's a traffic count to see how many cars are going by, i.e. how much they get to charge per tolls. Say it's 25 cents, or for simple math, let's call it $1 per car, and you have 100,000 cars that cross that particular road, like this toll right here. That's $100,000 a day they'll make from cars crossing right underneath this. $100,000 a year, a day, not a year. $100,000 a day just from cars crossing underneath that one section. There's probably 30 of those sections, so you do the math. Excuse me. But yeah, a lot of money. They're sold for a lot of money. And then that's how companies like ACS, Infrastructure and Development, make their money. And they build it with companies like Dragados. I don't know if Dragados is around anymore, or Iridium is their name that they used to be called. Their corporate name was Iridium, which was based out of Madrid in Spain. But but their projects are all over the world, and depending on where they create a project, they create an LLC for that project. Say it's like the Neon project, which was the project that was done to redevelop and redo the roadworks over in Las Vegas, Nevada, here in the United States. That was called the Neon Project LLC, and they would operate it as like a $5 billion project, for example, and implement their own CEO, particularly for that project, just to operate and manage it from Vegas. But really, they reported to us in Miami, Coral Gables at the time, and then back to the owner, which was Armando Perez, he was based out of Madrid, and he was the owner of Real Madrid. So we would have meetings with him, and so it kind of gives you a little into how the projects work here in the United States, roadway projects. Really everywhere. It was the same everywhere. It was the same whether it was in Chile, Toronto, Alaska, Russia. All the projects were pretty much the same. The big difference was the diplomacy on how you got those projects. Because the whole goal is to bid out those projects so you can win them, so you can make the revenue off of it, and in turn the companies get richer. Armando Perez gets richer. So yeah. Anyways, that's where what I'm doing right now, just driving, talking about roadway projects, talking about stupid SpaceX not letting me buy any shares. How dare you? How dare you, Elon? Come on, Elon. I know you want us little guys to own shares in your big company. I want to buy a share for $135 that turns into $100,000. Come on. I'll hold it. I'll wait. I'll be patient. But we're getting down to South Florida, and here's the biggest way to tell whether you're in South Florida or not. So the speed limit is 70 miles per hour. I'm going 50. That's the traffic right there. So that's how you know once you're in South Florida is the traffic starts getting backed up and you don't move. And then that's when you know, oh yeah, we're in South Florida now, baby. Yeah, don't miss the traffic one bit. But don't get me wrong, Orlando's starting to get tons of traffic too. Especially during the summer season, it always gets packed during summer, fall, spring break, holidays. So Labor Day, Memorial Day, spring break, Christmas time, all the holidays basically. But this is Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce right here. So this stop right here is pretty much the midway point between Orlando and Miami. It's this rest stop right here, which is this one right here, Fort Pierce. That's it. But I don't know if you guys saw back there, but there were a few buses, and on the buses it said Kissimmee, Ocala, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Let me show you guys the sign here. This is the city of Port St. Lucie. this is about the halfway point between Orlando and Miami. So you would assume that we're about 2 hours from Miami right now. So if we're driving to Miami, it's 11:15 right now. We would be in Miami at about 1:15. Kind of gives you an idea of where we're at. But yeah, anyways, there were buses back there, and I don't know how much those buses are per person, but I would assume that they're the cheapest bet if you don't have a car, if you don't want to take the Bright Line. You take those buses that will take you between Ocala, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. It'll drop you off in any one of those areas, and I think it'd probably be best if you're traveling by yourself. I've never taken them, but I would imagine they'd be the best. But yeah, those were the buses back there doing a little rest stop for people to get down in the restrooms there in Point St. Lucie. Yeah, this is it. There's the exit 142 on the Turnpike. I'm not gonna lie, every time I come to South Florida, I miss the palm trees. I love the Caribbean, I love the palm trees. I love being in the sun. And Orlando has palm trees, of course, we're in Florida. But there's no coconut trees. And I used to have a coconut tree in my backyard. I always loved having my coconuts in my coconut tree. But yeah, it always reminds me of being in the Caribbean. And I love the Caribbean. I think it's the most relaxing place on earth is the Caribbean. But yeah, South Florida, Fort Pierce. There you go. Stewart, 7 miles. Miami, 109 miles. Wow. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. It's not too far. It feels like you're in South Florida now. So, all right. Anyways, I'll let you guys know what happens with SpaceX. But you're going to be joining me for the whole day, going on this little road trip adventure. It's not even 11. It's 11:20 right now, so we'll be on the road together till at least 5 o'clock. But yeah, check you guys out a little bit. So you know you're in South Florida when you deal with South Floridian drivers. So this guy right here in the car right in front of me drove right past me, the black car right there. Drove right past me, and I guess he couldn't get by, so he almost hit the side of my car here on this side. I was like, man, you know you're in South Florida. Look how he's driving there. You can kind of see him, but you're just so aggressive, you know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I know someone who had a road rage incident in South Florida, and he actually shot and killed the person he was having a road rage accident with. And long story short, the individual, of course, went to jail. My friend went to jail, and he was going to face life in prison because of that, because of the road rage incident and killing someone in a road rage incident. And he took his own life. He took his own life in a prison cell. Actually, he did so by
in 2 miles, take exit 116 onto State Road 706 toward Jupiter.
Yeah, he did so by bashing his head into the wall until he was no longer around. But yeah, all because of a road rage incident. And you know, it kind of reminds me why I left South Florida. A lot of the energy and kind of the people down in South Florida have this kind of same mentality of I don't know what it is, a machistic attitude or what, of like aggressiveness in driving, aggressiveness in having to be a certain way. And it always reminds me of kind of the old proverb, speak softly and carry a big stick. And that's kind of what I think of when I think of individuals like that are just being very aggressive on the road and in that kind of thing. And you just say, why are you like that? What what's going on in your brain that makes you like that? Is it I don't know, it's a Napoleonic complex or what? But yeah, I just kind of let them go. I just kind of let him be. He didn't hit my car, he didn't hit me, so he could go on about his way. But yeah, you kind of have to come to South Florida.
Use the right lane to take exit 116 onto State Road 706 toward Jupiter.
She's not quiet. She's talking, but you kind of have to come to South Florida knowing that a lot of it, a lot of the drivers are like this and aggressive like this, and yeah, you just kind of hope. I'm getting off in Jupiter here, but you kind of hope you don't have to deal with people like that.
Turn left onto West Indiantown Road toward ID.
I'm trying to see which way I'm going here, but yeah, here's Jupiter. So this is where we're at, Jupiter right now. Let's see. I gotta go to West Indian Road. Don't know where that is, but
at the next light, turn left.
That's where I'm headed to. West Indian Road. Here. Next light, turn left. 700 feet.
At the light,
but nevertheless,
use the second lane from
that's the
right
kind
to
of people
turn
that we're
left
dealing
onto
with.
West
That guy
Indiantown
right
Road
there.
toward ID.
That was a guy being super aggressive. That guy right there, but yeah, you know, not a good look, not a good deal. What if I was the wrong person? I don't know. But yeah, anyways, when you come to South Florida, get ready to deal with that, because that's what you're gonna have to deal with. It's a lot of aggressive behavior, a lot of aggressive drivers and that kind of deal. So right now we're in Jupiter. It's hard to see, but there is a sign straight ahead right there. It says Jupiter. So yeah, we are about so it's 11:40, 91 degrees outside. So we're about 20 minutes away. So we should be there in about 20 minutes. So in 20 minutes we should be at our destination. I'm going to be driving around. I have to get off. I have to do an errand, drop something off, and then boom, we'll be on the road again. Not going to be long, just long enough to do what I need to do, which is to run this errand, and then we're out. Yeah, so we're in Indiantown Road at the moment.
Then take a slight right turn to merge onto I-95 South toward West Palm Beach.
Which way do I need to go? Which way do I need to go? Towards West Palm Beach. All right, we gotta go this way. I went the wrong way.
Use the right lane to take a slight right turn to merge onto I-95 South toward West Palm Beach.
There you go. I-95 South, West Palm Beach. Boom. Alrighty. So the reason you have to take I-95 is because I-95 will take you east. So it'll take you southeast straight to the beaches. So that's where we need to go. We need to go east towards the beaches, West Palm Beach. Right now, because the Florida Turnpike is kind of inside of Florida, so you can't really make it that way. But yeah, got this big tanker in front of me here. But yeah, so we have to take the I-95 south towards Miami, which will take you to West Palm Beach. It says I'm about 17 miles away right now. But yeah, it'll take us straight to West Palm Beach, and then boom, to our final destination. But yeah, this is I-95 right here. Famous I-95. This is the road which takes you all the way.
Take exit 70 onto Okeechobee Boulevard and State Road 704 toward downtown.
This is the road that takes you all the way from Miami all the way up to northern Maine. I-95. Interesting too. If you're ever on a cruise ship, the interior corridor where the employees work and live and kind of move goods about on board a cruise ship, it's also called I-95. So I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know if it's just a Royal Caribbean name or a Carnival Cruise Line name or whatever it is, but most of the ships call it I-95. And it's the interior corridor, so the people that work on board the ships can move from one side to the other, the crew, and move goods throughout the ship. But it's called I-95 because of this road, I-95 corridor, which is such an easy road. Tons of traffic on this road. So if you're not used to traffic, get ready, and people blowing past you. I mean, at like 90, 100 miles per hour, even more than that. But this road here takes you all the way from Miami, all the way to Maine. It'll take you straight to New York. It'll take you everywhere. I mean, you can't get lost. Literally, it takes you the whole East Coast, up the entire East Coast of the United States. It's actually kind of a cool drive. It wouldn't be a bad thing to make a video out of it, actually. Just driving it in 24 hours. That'd be crazy driving it. I don't know. Who knows? I need to have a good car, make sure it doesn't break down on the way, because I-95 sucks. But here, there you go. That's what it looks like. That's the HOV 2+ only, so you have to have 2 people or more to go on that lane. I'm only 1 person, so I can't go that way. But yeah, I'm glad I got off, because I had to use the restroom, and I'm about 14 miles away. So yeah, beautiful day, 92 degrees and sunny here. Yeah, just kind of random. I was on the phone previously through Bluetooth here, so I wasn't on the camera, but talking to somebody about the stocks and what's happening, and it seems like nothing's happening with SpaceX. I know I keep talking about SpaceX because it is a really big deal. Not only the IPO, but what's happening with SpaceX and the company as a whole, and just what's happening with consumers investing. Check out this cool building, Allen B. Miller Medical Center. No idea what that is, this big building right here, but it's a medical center. But anyways, you know, it's a really big deal what's happening with this SpaceX IPO. It's going to make a lot of millionaires, multi-millionaires. I heard that just with SpaceX employees in Boca Chica in Texas, so the southern part of Texas is Boca Chica, where SpaceX is based out of. That's where they send most of the rockets, for the most part. If they're not in Cape Canaveral, it's Boca Chica. But I heard that about 4,000 millionaires were going to be made today. That's a big deal. Those 4,000 individuals are going to become quite wealthy overnight. And guess what? They're going to be buying homes. They're going to be buying vehicles. They're going to be buying other things, you know, goods, just goods. I mean, jewelry, whatever the case, with this new wealth that they're obtaining today. And I could sense that a lot of that movement is going to be happening throughout a lot of the southern parts of the United States, Florida, Miami, West Palm Beach, where I'm going to. So yeah, it's you kind of feel it. And I know some people who are in real estate and luxury goods sales and that kind of thing, and the anticipation is very much there for these individuals to start their spending, and everyone to kind of capitalize on that spending, because they're going to get money, and it's going to go move from point A to point B and point C, and kind of keep moving around in the economic circle, if you will. But yeah, looking at all this construction. This is a PGA Boulevard here in Marriott. I don't know what this cool building is right here to my left. That's a cool building there. But yeah, I got about 10 miles to go to where they're. Oh, let me not show that. I'm going the speed limit, trust me. But yeah, this is all West Palm Beach. There's West Palm Beach, and there's kind of downtown West Palm Beach, so like near Wharf Avenue, and that, I mean, the name itself, Wharf Avenue, you kind of get an idea. It's like Rodeo Drive for the, you know, uber rich, so millionaires, billionaires, that kind of deal. That's their shops and everything there. Now, I wouldn't go there. I would stand out like a sore thumb. But yeah, tattoos, beer, that's not going to work there. They're maybe very much Hampton style area. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But, yeah. Anyways, awesome day. We're about 12 minutes away. Andiamo. So we're now starting to get to the area of West Palm Beach. Love this area. Actually, if I could live anywhere, really would be not West Palm Beach, but Fort Lauderdale Beach. I really love Fort Lauderdale Beach and that entire area. Aventura, but particularly Fort Lauderdale. I've always liked Fort Lauderdale, and always want to live there. But my wife won't move to South Florida again. She's kind of X'd that out. But maybe one day I'll end up in South Florida again. I don't know. Fort Lauderdale in particular. I really like Fort Lauderdale. But check it out. You're starting to see the city skyline here. West Palm Beach. Riverstone, Palm Beach. you forget how pretty South Florida is when you're not here anymore. Orlando's nice, but all the cookie cutter homes kind of bore me a little bit. But I love Orlando too. Who are you kidding? But yeah, it's just nice to go someplace different. And South Florida being not so far away, it only took me 2 hours and 45 minutes to get here, which is not a long drive for us in Florida or here in the States. But yeah, I'm only about 3 miles away, so I should be getting there soon. Oh yeah. And hopefully have an espresso. Oh yeah. The guy in the car back there was looking at me like, what the hell's wrong with that guy? What's wrong with that guy? Who's he talking to? Just banging his head on like a crazy person. Alright, I'm going to get in front of you. So, anyways, Palm Beach, Lakes Boulevard, I-95, exit 71. So as those exit numbers get smaller, that means you're getting to the end of I-95. There you go. Chick-fil-A, Red Robin, Crazy Buffet, 24-hour McDonald's. Yep. You know you're in South Florida, 24-hour McDonald's. We used to have one.
In 2 miles, take exit 70 onto Okeechobee Boulevard and State Road 704 toward downtown.
We used to have a 24-hour McDonald's right next to my house. I could see it from my dining room table. I could see it. And it had a McDonald's spinning sign. So, yeah, that's what I would hold off and eat. And my poor dad, now I understand what he went through, because I wouldn't eat any of his food. And my dad loved cooking, and I wouldn't eat any of it because I preferred to eat McDonald's. And we also had a 24-hour pizza place with a pizza window. It was called Ray's Pizza. So they had a pizza window that you could buy a pizza for $1.25, and it was a cheese slice of pizza, like a really big one, a big cheese pizza. That's where we're headed to, Okeechobee Boulevard, downtown. But it was a big cheese pizza, garlic knot, and a Pepsi. Yeah. But Okeechobee Road, half mile. That's cool.
Use the second lane from right to take exit 70
I forgot
onto
how quickly the people
Boulevard
drive here.
and State Road 704 toward downtown.
Yeah. Palm Beach Atlantic University. Hard to say now. Stay on the second lane from right.
Take the exit, then take the first left onto Okeechobee Boulevard.
Alright, I should be getting here soon.
Use the left 3 lanes to turn onto Okeechobee Boulevard toward Palm Beach Atlantic University.
I should be turning here soon. Boom. That's downtown West Palm Beach right there. That's where we're headed to. Right there. Boom. We're here. This is downtown West Palm Beach. Hopefully you guys can see those buildings right there. Hopefully they're not getting washed out. There's a train coming. Boom. We're almost here. Let's go. Alright, so I thought about going to Mar-a-Lago, but I'm not going to be going to Mar-a-Lago because it's an hour and 21 minutes away. Not happening. Look at that. Hour and 21 minutes away. Can't do it, so not going to be happening. So I'm going to be headed back on the road, and yeah, should be home in about 4 hours. I'll film for you guys a bit. Alrighty, so going to be headed home now. It says 2 hours and 45 minutes to get home from West Palm Beach. I just realized on my camera by accident I had clicked on auto white, not auto white balance, exposure, the auto exposure button. So hopefully you guys were able to see where I'm at here. But yeah.
Turn right.
Let's see.
Use the left lane to make a U-turn at Gardenia Street.
Check that out. I just noticed now that the that I wasn't capturing the footage before properly because it was exposed incorrectly. So hopefully it wasn't just white out for you guys and you guys were able to see
In 1
something.
mile, keep right
Check it
to
out.
merge onto I-95 North toward Daytona Beach.
Such a nice place. I hope you guys were able to see some of the footage that I shot before it was all whited out. But yeah, they got a Lucid car shop there. Check that out. It says Lucid right there, like the car manufacturer, and then the one right there in the corner is Rivian, like the electric car manufacturer. Interesting. I never seen an auto dealership, a Lucid auto dealership. I thought they were out of business. I don't know. I'm surprised to see one right here, to be honest. But there's one right there. That's pretty sweet. This is Okeechobee Road, so this is kind of the heart. So I was going to go to Mar-a-Lago, but I'm not anymore because Mar-a-Lago is far as hell. So that's a Lucid car dealership right there. Check that out. And Rivian right there. That's a Kravitz Center. Kravitz Center for Performance Arts. Let's see you jump on this right lane here.
Railroad crossing ahead. Use the right lane to keep right to merge onto I-95 North toward Daytona Beach. Keep right, then keep right. Use the right lane to keep right to merge onto I-95 North toward Daytona Beach.
Alrighty, that was the shortest trip to West Palm Beach imaginable. I thought I was going to go to Mar-a-Lago. For some reason, when I looked at the map, it made it seem like Mar-a-Lago was really close to downtown West Palm Beach where I was. But it wasn't. It was an hour and 21 minutes away. So I was like, yeah, that's not happening. I can't, I don't have the time to add 2.5 hours to my commute. So yeah, I was going to love to show you
In
guys.
17 miles, take exit 87 beyond 2 State Road 706 west toward Okeechobee.
I really wanted to show you guys Mar-a-Lago. Beautiful place, but yeah, it's too far. It's too far to bring it to you guys. And actually, Mar-a-Lago means mud, which means the ocean. Lago is the lake, but it's really the intercoastal because Mar-a-Lago touches both the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and then the intercoastal, which is yeah, that's why it's called Mar-a-Lago. But yeah, I didn't get to show you guys that. And I did realize that I was overexposed before. I had accidentally clicked, what did I click? The ISO button. Basically, it allows too much light in. So when you look, when I was shooting everything outside of the car, it was overexposed. So you probably only saw white, unfortunately. But it's beautiful. If not, I'll edit it out. Maybe I'll keep it in just because. But yeah, it's 12:27, 92 degrees. And I got about a 3-hour drive still. There you go. But I have about a 3-hour drive now. Back home. I'm going to stop at a rest stop, eat somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. like stopping on the turnpike, the Florida Turnpike. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have to be on I-95 for about 15 more miles, and then jump on the turnpike, and then once I'm on the turnpike, put some gas, stop to get something to eat, hit the road jack, and then we'll come back. Yeah, it's cool. I like coming down to West Palm Beach. It's always beautiful there. It never gets old looking at how pretty everything is there. Everything is so well manicured, especially the area downtown West Palm that I was just at. And the people are just so nice. I mean, they really are the nicest people here at in West Palm Beach. But yeah, I had to go. I had to run an errand. I had to do what I needed to come down here for. On the way back up, I don't know how many of you guys drive 3 hours one way to drive 3 hours back. I don't know. I like driving, so it doesn't bother me too much. But I guess if you don't like driving, you're not going to do it. But check out the beautiful day and a beautiful Porsche right in front of me. It's a nice Porsche right there, brand new Porsche directly in front of me. That silver one. But yeah, 91 degrees, tall 29. And that's my view. I'll be on I-95 for about 14 miles. Man, it really sucks. I don't know how I was rushing kind of out of the house, and I think I pressed the button by accident, which turned off the ISO button to be on auto. I turned it to manual, which you would do if you're doing like particular shots and stuff like that. But I always keep most of my settings on automatic, like white balance and everything. There's a white balance light in front of the camera, so it auto white balances, so I don't have to be mucking with it while I'm going in and out of places. But yeah, cool place, cool day. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I've talked to a few people already about the Elon Musk SpaceX IPO. It's kind of on everybody's mind, I think, at the moment, because of what a big deal it is. I've been trying to look at the pricing for the stock. So right now it's 12:30, so the market's only been open for 3 hours. 1, 2, 3. I have no idea what the current price of SpaceX is. All I know is I still can't buy any more stocks. That's all I know. But yeah, hopefully they let me at some point so I can get more stocks, because why not? If not, I have to wait for it to dip and then buy more. But yeah. Right. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I like these drives by myself. I love talking to you guys. Yeah, it's just been such a beautiful day. It's really hard not to be happy on this June 12th, 2026, Friday, 91 degrees outside. I mean, look at the sky, how beautiful and blue. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, it's kind of hard to want to live anywhere else when you live here. It's really hard, really hard. But yeah, gorgeous days out here. And yeah, you can see the mess back there. I had to load something in here, and I gotta fix it all. But yeah, I'll do it when I get home. Yeah, awesome. Well, enjoy the drive, and next time you see me, we'll probably be stopping somewhere to get some food. I don't want to bore you guys just talking to the camera. Short on gas now. Down to about 80 miles of gas. I'm starving. I wanted to eat at a Pizza Hut. In these rest stops, there's Pizza Hut, but I just looked it up, and they only have a Pizza Hut in the West Palm Beach and Pompano, which is further south. I'm headed north. So from where I was, I don't get to eat at Pizza Hut. I really wanted the Pizza Hut on the Turnpike. They have these little personal pan pizzas, which are so good, and they come with 3 breadsticks and like a pizza sauce, like a marinara sauce. But I love eating it when I'm on the road, but it's further south, so I'm not going to get to eat there. So I might end up eating at Burger King. I haven't had Burger King in the longest, but I love the burgers. But yeah, gonna stop by hopefully soon, because I'm by Stewart on the Turnpike. I'm on the Turnpike already. I'm in Stewart, and I'm down to 79 miles, and I got a long way to go. But yeah, so hopefully I I see another rest stop and I stop at the next one, and hopefully it's not Port St. Lucie. But yeah, if I have to, I'll get down there and eat there and show you guys what that one looks like. That's the kind of the one that's the middle in between, like almost like dead in the middle between Miami and Orlando is the Port St. Lucie stop. So that's probably going to be the one that I'm going to have to stop at because I only have 79 miles of gas here. So, but yeah, I was able to buy some more shares of SpaceX. I'm not going to say how many more I bought, but basically I was able to buy more shares at $166 a share, which is not terrible. I honestly thought that they were going to be over $650 now at 1 p.m. The market opened at 3:30. The market opened at 9:30 in the morning, does Monday through Friday, so 9:30 a.m. New York time, and it's currently 1 o'clock. And I was able to buy some more shares at $166 a share. So yeah, you can buy it now. But yeah, I got it. So I don't know. Now time to hold. Is it pray and hold or whatever they call it? But yeah, I have no intention of selling them, so I'm just going to keep them forever and see what happens. So yeah, SpaceX, big deal today. Kind of what everyone's talking about. I haven't been home, so I've been on the road all day. But I'm sure when I get home and I watch the news and check out all the Bloombergs and everything in Business Insider and see what's happening, that's probably all that everyone's going to be talking about. It's going to be SpaceX and their IPO. But yeah, should be interesting to see what the market says SpaceX is worth at the end of the day of its first trading day. But regardless, Elon Musk is now a trillionaire. He lives in a boxable, but he's a trillionaire. Not that that means anything at this point. I think once you have several $100 million, it's kind of like, what's the difference now? You're just going to own a bigger boat or bigger house or a bigger plane, but really it all averages about the same. You have the same comfortability of lifestyle that you could pretty much do whatever you want to. Let me charge this here. But yeah, I'm using this little charging handle for the first time and trying to see how good it works. But I have it on my camera. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's working. Boom. Let's see. There you go. I don't know why this little DJI charging handle that I have, I always have to be like plugging it in and plugging it out for it to work. But yeah, there's a little bit more traffic than normal because I'm headed back up to Orlando. But hopefully I make it there before the rush hour, like 5 o'clock. Because if not, it's going to be the people leaving work and the tourists all there at the same time. But yeah, this is my view. So we're going to get down here at Port St. Lucie. Look, another toll. Money! We're going to get down here at Port St. Lucie because I don't know what the next exit is going to be after this, and I'm down to 72 miles of gas, and I'm kind of hungry now. It's 1 o'clock. I've been up since 5, so yeah, I'm going to get down here and down to 71 miles there, but I have to put gas. I'm going to go in, I'm going to eat there. They don't have a Burger King there, which I kind of wanted, but they do have a Earl sandwich, which I guess I'll have that. I didn't really want that, but whatever. Let's see what they have there. They have the Dunkin' Donuts. Hopefully they don't have a huge line because I really want an espresso. Check out that little river stream right there. Port St. Lucie. Let's go. I'm glad that I'm getting down at this exit because the next plaza is in 41 miles and I have 68 miles of gas. I don't know. I'm not going to risk that. That's too risky. So not going to risk that. I'm 41 miles away, so that will put me within 25 miles of no gas. Not doing it. This is where I'm getting off. Here, Earl sandwich. I guess that's what I'm going to be eating. City of Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce Service Plaza. There you go. That's what we'll be. Let's put some gas so we can load up here. And that's where we're going to be getting down. gas. Let's go. Car and fuel. Boom. That's what we're headed to. That's where we're going. First things first, we have to get some gas. So that's where we're going right now. You know what? Let's eat first. Let's eat first. That's where we're gonna go. Let's eat first, and then we'll get some gas. We'll get some gas on the way back. We'll get some gas on the way back. Let's eat first, and then we could calmly put some gas. So, yeah. Let's go.
Proceed to the route.
Let's see. Any parking? Any parking? This place is packed.
Turn left. Proceed to the route.
Jam-packed. Jam-packed. So, I don't know. We'll find a place to park somewhere here. This place is popping. Lots of people on vacation right now, so. Lots of people on vacation right now, so this whole place is absolutely jam-packed. Look at it. Port St. Lucie rest stop. I don't know if there's parking anywhere. Man. That's it.
In 900 feet, turn left.
That's it. There you go. Dunkin', Wendy's, Olive Sandwich, Villa Italian Kitchen, Chicken Kitchen, Auntie Anne's, and Sunshine Market. Right there. Let's go. Hopefully there's going to be space for us to eat. First, we got to find a place to park. And, yeah. And then we can find a place to hopefully sit and eat. If not, I'm riding out of there. And we'll go eat somewhere else. Because the place looks packed. Place looks jam-packed. Busy, busy, busy. Friday, I don't know. You think everyone's here because of Elon Musk or because of just traveling? Just a busy travel day. It's a Friday, so it's a pretty busy travel day at the moment. Just in general, people traveling. But man, I had to park all the way, almost at the gas station. I'm hoping I find parking here somewhere, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, right in the front. Oh yeah, right in the front. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right in the front.
To the route.
Let's go, right in the front. Oh yeah, don't run over this little kid. Oh yeah, I got a spot way in the front. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Got a spot all the way in the front. Let's go. Boom, got a spot. Look at that. Look at that. All right, time to go in. This place is gonna be popping. Friday, June 12th. That's what it looks like right now. Port St. Lucie. Crazy, crazy, crazy busy. Let's hit the restrooms. Let's get something to eat and show you guys where I'm at. Florida Highwayman. Beautiful day though. But man, this is definitely the busiest of all the rest stops here. Is this one here, Port St. Lucie. Take a look. Andiamo. Let's hit the restrooms. Let's get some food and show you guys. Oh, nobody in Dunkin' Donuts. You know what that means? Espresso time. Boom. That means we get to get an espresso in a little bit. Let's go. Look at that. Nobody. Oh. Mickey again. They got Mickey in all these places. You got Wendy's, Chicken Kitchen, Cinnabon, Auntie Anne's, Orla Sandwich. Men's room, you got a little kid area. Boom. Let's hit the restroom. We'll check you guys out in a few minutes. I don't know how long I'm going to wait for all these lines. This is a line. Orla Sandwich, chicken, Wendy's. Damn, there's some big ass lines. I don't know. I think we're going to just end up with an espresso and just stop by Dunkin' Donuts. Espresso. And let's ride out. Look at that. This is probably the shortest line here. Shortest line here for sure. Espresso time. Shortest line. Call it a day. And we're right out of here. Let's go. How far we are right now. We're 2 hours and 5 minutes away. So my lunch today is going to be probably some kind of shake or an espresso, but that's where we're at.
Boom. 325. This place is absolutely packed. You can't see it, but that's the Italian kitchen there. And Earl's Sandwich back there is crazy, crazy packed. And then you got Chicken Kitchen, Wendy's. But honestly, I'm just surprised I found parking in this whole spot. This whole place is crazy busy. But lots of families and things, I guess, on vacation. It's Friday, so a lot of people are probably going up to Disney or going south. I have no idea. But yeah, this is it. We're getting one of those coffee lattes, Dunkin' Donuts. All right, so that was cut short. Their espresso machine is down. Damn. That's it. Exit the parking. Let's go. No espresso for me, unfortunately. Their espresso machine's down. Ain't that something? Dunkin' Donuts, come on, man. Damn. Celebrating 250 years. Look at that. Flag's down. I don't know why that's down. It should be up, especially for today, a day that, a day like today. With the SpaceX IPO. Port St. Lucie back there. Check that out. Let's go. Time to hit the road. Time to put some gas. Time to hit the road. I'm not going to get to eat anything. It is what it is, but it's all good. It's all good. That's where we're headed. North. Man, I'm an impatient bastard. I don't know how many of you guys feel the same way. But you saw those lines. Six lines. Six lines. But that's where we're going. Put some gas. And we're out. Andiamo. Absolute chaos here at this gas station in Port St. Lucie. Take a look at that. Absolute chaos. Chaos everywhere. People everywhere. I could barely find a gas pump to be able to pump gas. People were fighting and arguing at the gas pumps. Ugh. Want to get the hell out of there so bad you have no idea. So bad you have no idea. Go ahead. Thank you. Want to get the hell out of there so bad you have no idea. Thank God I'm on the road.
Merge onto Florida's Turnpike North. For 105 miles.
All I have to do is come to that exit and rest stop one time, and I'm reminded of why I no longer live in South Florida. Just chaos, just everything chaos. Inside, there were just waits. The queue lines were just massive just to get food at the Port St. Lucie rest stop. Didn't even get to eat anything. It's 1:30. I'm freaking starving, to be honest. Absolutely starving. The gas pumps, there were queue lines to be able to get gas at the gas pump. I hate that. I hate that, honestly. I'm impatient as heck. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same way, but man, I got no patience for that. No patience for it. I mean, huge groups of people in every car, and they just had the vehicles parked at the gas pumps, and I guess we're going in the restrooms or whatever, and leaving the cars there at the gas pump. So and a lot of the gas pumps weren't even working. They had them blocked off with caution tape. But yeah, I don't know. Luckily, I got gas. I got 476 miles of gas. I got 104 miles to go, roughly. I'm out of there, but damn, I'm hungry. Tonight, I'm going to tear it up. I won't show you guys that part, but tonight I'm going to eat well, I'll tell you that. I'm going to eat really damn well. I'm going to have an espresso when I get home, and I'm going to eat a massive plate of food. Oh yeah. Celebrate Friday. Celebrate SpaceX's IPO. Yeah, I know I keep talking about it. Celebrate it being a beautiful day. It's 93 degrees outside, 1:30. Check it out. Olivia Rodrigo, Expectations, yeah. I'm ready to be back home. Love my home. I love being away from all these massive crowds like that, like Port St. Lucie and the craziness. But man, South Florida's beautiful. Man, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in the small area. And but had I not stopped there, the next rest stop was going to be in 42 miles. And I only had about 64 miles of gas. I can't do that. The Florida Turnpike is notorious for huge accidents. And if you're in one of these accidents, you could be stuck there for hours upon hours. And then you're done for. So I don't want to be stuck on one of these accidents for any given period of time, but I definitely don't want to be stuck in them without gas. So every time I travel, I make sure I have enough gas, and I always have something to eat and something to drink. I do have snacks with me. You can see them down below, and I do have a full bottle of water with me as well. So I'm good. I'm hungry though. I really wanted proper food, but I'll snack for now and drink lots of water and get filled up on that. But yeah, long way home right now. All right, I'll show you guys another toll and the rest of the road. That's what trash looks like when it's piled up layer upon layer upon layer, and then they have those pipes to release the gas in the air. So if not, all that decomposing material doesn't releases gas like VOCs basically, and doesn't catch flames and blow up. So they have those pipes coming out of them in different places to release some gas into the air, and the birds love that smell, so that's why they're there. But that's a Florida mountain right there. Daytona Beach. Exit 152, Fort Pierce, Vero Beach. Oh, I want food so bad right now. Next exit, 41 miles. So, yeah, I definitely would have been out of gas. Literally. Not just like from being hungry, but literally been out of gas. Yeah. Alright, well, whatever. I was able to put gas. I was able to use the restroom. Off. Andiamo. Man, I just heard the one of the saddest songs by the singer Olivia Rodrigo called "Happier." I just showed a little clip of it there, but interesting words she says on the song. I hope you're happy, just not happier. I hope you find someone, just not someone better. And yeah, I don't know, kind of deep words there, and yeah, it just kind of made me sad thinking about it. I don't know why. Like, she was talking about that she hopes her ex finds somebody, seems that she's prettier, hopes that she finds someone, seems like she's nicer, hope that she finds someone, I just don't want you happier. And yeah, I don't know, that was kind of sad little words there. And but yeah, I kind of wonder if most people feel that way when you care about someone or you love somebody, you want them to be happy, just not happier than what they were with you. Yeah, check that out. It's like you miss them, but you don't want them to be happier than how they ever would have been happier with you. And yeah, I don't know. That was a sad little song. It popped up on Sirius XM on Hits 1, Olivia Rodrigo. But yeah, an Olivia Rodrigo song called "Happier." Yeah, I don't know, it just kind of made me a bit pensive at the moment while driving here alone in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. I think what happens when you're alone like this and talking to a camera, you feel like you're talking to somebody, but you also feel like you're talking to everyone, if that makes any sense. I oftentimes feel like I'm probably talking to one person, maybe somebody who could feel what I'm feeling at the moment right now, or sense it, but I'm also talking to a lot of people at the same time that may feel the same way that I do. Whether it's like now listening to this Olivia Rodrigo song "Happier" and just feeling a bit pensive and a little bit sad about the words. Check that out. Yeah, that way. And you can see all the orange groves that way. But yeah, you feel like you're talking to one person, and you almost feel like I can tell who's listening to me right now. and who's watching this right now. I can't explain it, but it's a feeling like I know who's watching this at the moment. But I don't know who you are. More likely not. There's no way for me to know who's watching this other than you telling me that you're watching this. And thank you guys for whoever's watching this, because I truly do appreciate you watching this. And yeah, hopefully you subscribe, turn on the notifications, and keep watching it. But going back to what I was saying is, you feel like you're talking to one person, and oftentimes you feel like you're talking to a lot of people at the same time, and you're never going to satisfy everyone, whoever you're talking to. But you hope that whoever is watching this right now just feels a little bit better about their day watching this. Whoa, I just saw a massive lightning strike ahead of me. It's every afternoon Florida has these thunderstorms, and there was one lightning strike about 1 o'clock directly about right there. Let's see if I catch it again for you guys. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is I enjoy talking to you guys, and I know it's a weird thing to talk on camera. I was in Port St. Lucie right now. It was packed with people. I had the camera on because I really wanted to show you guys what it was like, what it's like to see what I'm seeing like this right now in the middle of Florida, all the Florida prairie lands basically. But you're talking to a camera, and you have to get out of your head the fact that people are judging you, because I don't know who's looking at me. I don't really care who's looking at me. I don't really care what they think of me, because I'm never going to see any of those people ever again. But what I do want to do is show you guys where I'm at, what's happening, what's around me, in case you ever visit Florida, or even if you don't visit Florida, it's just to entertain you and kind of take you away from wherever you're at. I always watch these daily vlogs of people in different places doing different activities and different things, and yeah, I just like seeing where they're at. Right now I'm in the middle of nowhere. I had this little B-roll camera rolling. We'll see if I caught anything good here. But yeah, I have a little B-roll camera going. Oh, it died, so you can't see it there, but a little B-roll camera died. But yeah, there's a thunderstorm happening, and it's just, I don't know, it's nice. It's nice to be on the road. It's nice sometimes to be alone. It's nice sometimes just to talk to somebody. You know, I grew up Catholic, and you know, we had a thing where you would talk to the priest. I forgot what it's called right now. Somebody's probably going to say it, but confession. There you go, confession. And it almost feels like confession when you're talking to a camera like this. It's always weird. It's weird when I edit this and I'm listening to myself talk, and I try not to hear myself talk. I try not to pay attention when I'm editing to me speaking, like what I'm talking about basically, because if I do, then I'm going to be too judgmental as to what I'm talking about, and I want it to be natural, because if you and I were talking right now, you wouldn't have time to edit yourself in real life and say, oh, I didn't like what I said there, I'm going to edit that out. Of course I would edit out anything if somebody's cursing or, you know, something like that in the background, just because
Emergency vehicle ahead on Florida's Turnpike.
I don't want to put that stuff on YouTube. There's plenty of that stuff in the world. But anyhow, I got a call from Mama, so I got to take this call right there. I'll get back to you guys in a minute. Check that storm out. So every afternoon, summertime, normally around 3 o'clock, but dependent on where you're at, there's a thunderstorm here in Florida. That's kind of normal. That's how you kind of know the time is. You know it's the afternoon. It's 1:51 right now, and that's the afternoon thunderstorm right there. I'll be driving straight into that. Straight into that. But yeah, that's what we'll be driving into. And as I'll show you in a minute, but the cars are starting to stop, which is absolutely terrible, because there's accidents happening. So you'll have accidents like this. Look at that. That's an RV that went off the road, it looks like. Ooh, you saw lightning? That was a lightning right there, but that's an RV right there. Something happened to that RV. There was a lightning right about here. yeah, this is typical. You get one bad accident on the turnpike, and it'll be a long drive for you. Really, really long drive. And now it's Friday afternoon, so normally, typically, especially people from Miami will come up in South Florida on Friday and spend the weekend in Orlando and then drive back on Sunday, like kind of right after breakfast type deal. But yeah, today's Friday, so naturally a lot of people are going to be driving up to Orlando today. And yeah, look at the weather. It's terrible weather that I'm going to be driving into, but hey, I got to drive home, so this is what I'll be driving into. Look at the thunderstorms. Kind of one of the nicest things that we used to do is sleep during the thunderstorms. When you're a kid, like in high school and like younger, we would sleep during the afternoon thunderstorms, kind of take a siesta because it was so hot. And wifey just told me it's 104 degrees in Orlando right now. So, it's 95 degrees right here. 95 degrees. Take a look. 95 degrees right here, and it still looks like that. And it's 104 degrees in Orlando. So, serious heat. Actually, it just turned 96 degrees. 96 degrees right now. But wifey just told me it was 104 degrees in Orlando. It gets insanely hot in Orlando. I'm nearby the Fort Drum Service Plaza, which is about 8 miles away. Look, 8 miles away. Yeah. Kind of looks like almost looks like where tornadoes would happen, other than the fact that there'd be like a wall cloud up there or something. But yeah, looks like they broke down or something. But yeah, road tripping in Florida Turnpike. It's fun. It's fun. If you like driving, it's fun. If you don't like driving, it's not fun. I don't mind it. I don't mind the traffic. I don't mind the people. But yeah, I wanted to eat at Port St. Lucie, but yeah, I wasn't about to wait, an hour plus for food. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So yeah, didn't get to eat food. At Dunkin' Donuts, I got to the front and asked the lady for espresso, and they said that their espresso machine was down. Oh, it's like a knife at the chest right there, because at least that would have made me a little bit happier. They had a little store, but even the store was full. They had like a little market basically, but even the little market was quite full. So I just thought it's time to go. Let's go. I have plenty of water. I have some snacks here, so that'll hold me up. I'll have a good dinner. I don't know where I'm going to stop before I get home, but I'll get some dinner before I get home, so I could eat a good proper meal. So yeah, just looking at my beard, man, my beard looks so white next to my shirt. I don't know. Maybe I'll trim it all up. Yeah. Just thinking of that song again. That Olivia Rodrigo song. Yeah, Happier. Man, that was a little sad song. I hope you're happier. Just please don't be happier. Yeah. I wonder if everybody feels that way when they leave a friend or whatever. Like, you hope they're happy, just not as happy as it might have been with you. But anyways, it's going to start raining soon. Maybe I'll show you guys when it starts raining. We're just in the middle of where the storm will be, so maybe we won't catch it. Alright, rain is here. Rain is here. So I don't know, it's been probably about 10 minutes since I last showed you guys where I was, but rain is here. Not bad. A nice little rain that'll clean up the car bit. But yeah, every afternoon, 2 to 3 o'clock every afternoon here in Florida, we get the rain. And that's it right there. There's a light rain, so it's not a terrible rain today, but yeah. This is it. How much longer I have? I have about another hour and a half before I get home, so not too bad. Long day of driving, huh? I wonder if some people think this is a lot of driving, but yeah, for us in Florida, I don't know. I grew up driving a lot, so it doesn't bother me too much. I don't mind driving. I could drive across the whole U.S. But yeah, I like hearing the sound of the rain. So I just entered Osceola County. So Osceola County is the county that I live in. I live in an area called the Four Corners. So that's where Osceola County, Orange County. So I'm in the southernmost part right now of Osceola County here in Florida, which is absolutely massive. So I don't know how long it's going to take me to get to the northernmost part, but I live right at the northernmost part of Osceola County, and I just entered the southernmost part, and I have to drive all the way to the northwesternly most part of the county, which butts up against Orange County, Florida, Polk County, and Lake County. So I'm literally right at the edge, which is why they call it the Four Corners. But I live in Osceola County, even though I'm like a mile away from Orange County. But yeah, just entered Osceola County. Almost home, baby. Let's go. Yeehaw Junction, a mile and a half, a half a mile. Next exit is at 51 miles. So those people better get down if they're gonna get down. But the next exit is probably Osceola Parkway for them. But yeah, we're getting there, getting home. Before I get home though, I'm gonna stop somewhere and get some food because I'm starving like Marvin. Yeah. People driving a little bit cray-cray now that they're getting close to Mickey Mouse. And people start driving a little bit crazier because they're kind of in a rush, that final push to make it to Disney and to see Mickey and Universal Studios here in Orlando. But yeah, overall it's been a nice drive. I love driving, and I kind of miss taking road trips. Funny enough, I was telling my son the other day how much I miss taking road trips, that I want to do a road trip again, like the one that we did over to Tennessee. I didn't film any of the trip that I did to Tennessee, but I did a road trip to Tennessee last year. So last year in July, we went to Tennessee. We drove up to Tennessee, rented a cabin out there in Sevierville. Oh, this was the one that was destroyed earlier, right there. Look at that. That's a U-Haul that was destroyed earlier. All right, so that U-Haul was part of the pileup that was on the other side. It was a U-Haul, an 18-wheeler, and then the Penske truck over here. That was it. Look at it. That's it right there. What are the odds? That's it right there. Yeah, that's the 18-wheeler that it crashed into. What are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds of that? That's weird. What are the odds of that? I guess they must have just taken those two vehicles, or it was a 3-vehicle car accident. They must have just taken them and bringing them on the road. But yeah, that was them right there. The ones that we saw on the opposite side, on that side when we were coming south, and now we just saw them on the way north. Interesting. But yeah, that was them. If you watch the video from the beginning, I'll put it in there. I'll put this part in there so you can see it. But that's cool to see that. Hopefully they were okay. But yeah, massive trucks, absolutely wrecked. What are the odds 3 massive trucks are going to crash into each other? But those 3 massive trucks did. But yeah, we're getting closer to Mickey Mouse, and people are driving a bit crazy, like this lady right here. She just went right on top of my car just to cut me off, even though she was behind me. I don't know. Whatever. People are driving aggressive. It is what it is. Stay away from me. Yeah, I want to make it home. I want to see my wife. I want to see my kids. I don't want to eat, so they could be late to work all they want. So yeah. I forgot what I was talking about, but I was talking previously before I saw that U-Haul, that smashed up U-Haul. I was talking about the fact that last year we did a road trip up to Tennessee. So we went to where'd we go? We stayed in Sevierville, Gatlinburg, and that kind of whole area there. We rented a cabin. We went to the Titanic Museum. We ate there and kind of stayed in the cabin for the most part. Then we drove around. We went through the Smoky Mountains, and then we came from Tennessee, crossed the Smoky Mountains into North Carolina, went down North Carolina, down into South Carolina, and then we went to Helen, Georgia, the northern part of Georgia, northeastern part of Georgia. Had lunch there, and then drove down to Atlanta and spent a few days in Atlanta. We're in Atlanta, I think 3 days we're in Atlanta. And we did the large aquarium there, the Coca-Cola factory, and we went to Stone Mountain as well. But that was a great vacation. That was before I started filming. Started capturing everything on camera. And I said, I need to capture everything before my kids get older, and I can no longer capture it as much. So hence why I'm capturing everything now on camera, to make sure that I have it for the future, because if not, I'm not going to have it. So after that trip, I decided it's time to film everything. But that trip was in July. So that trip was in July of 2025. I didn't actually start filming anything until November of 2025. I had all the equipment, I had all the gear, I had everything. But just my analysis paralysis, which I guess it's like all of us, thinking about whether or not I was going to do it or how I was going to do it, I was kind of psyching myself up to not do this, to not film, and not edit or put anything out there. And finally I decided to film something. And like late November 2025, I filmed my first video that I put on YouTube, which was visiting my brother in Mount Dora, Florida. It's a little town in Mount Dora, and it was kind of decorated for Christmas. So that was the first video that I put out, was Mount Dora, Florida. Was the first video I put out, Mount Dora, Florida. You can still check it out on my channel. Still the first video there. There's people booking it, driving like crazy animals. But yeah, Mount Dora, Florida was the first video that I put out. And and then after that, I just kind of put videos, more and more videos as time went on. And my goal was to put a video a week, but I kind of been doing a little bit more than a video a week. This guy's been riding my butt here. This guy right here. That guy. Let's film him there. Yeah, but anyways, so yeah, that was the first video that I put up, and then after that I've been putting up some more videos over time. But yeah, I don't know, been trying to do one video every day, but it's very hard to put a video out a day. So normally it's a video a day, maybe a short, and yeah, that's kind of how I've been putting stuff out, more and more and more, and kind of doing it that way. But yeah, this guy here has been riding everyone's tail. This guy. Florida drivers, if you're not used to it. I grew up in a city called Hialeah, so we had the worst drivers in, I think, the entire country. So yeah, I'm kind of used to terrible drivers, and I try not to be one of those drivers for sure. But what's interesting is if you put on your indicator in Florida, especially for most of Florida, what the cars will do on the other lanes that you're trying to merge into, they'll speed up, so you can merge into the lane when you put your indicator on, which is, lovely thing to do. But yeah, that's what a lot of people do here in Florida. As you put your indicator on, they'll speed up so you can't change into that lane. I don't know. They're like the lane Nazis or something, kind of like in Seinfeld, the soup Nazi, no soup for you, no merge for you. You shall not merge. They don't want you to merge. I don't know. I don't care who gets in front of me. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to make it home safely, and that's it. And we all get there. We all get there in one piece. And I put my babies to sleep. That's all that matters. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, just kind of thinking about that because I was thinking of a road trip, and I kind of did that today. Even though for me I wouldn't consider this a road trip, but maybe some other people might consider a road trip, driving whatever 400, 500 miles that I drove today. But I just consider a normal day. But the trip that we did last year to Tennessee, Atlanta, and back on down. Yeah, I was talking to my son, my eldest son, James, who's 12, about the road trip, and just telling him I miss being on the road. I miss doing a road trip. I like doing this kind of thing. Are you there? But yeah, I miss doing this. I miss hitting the road, and we used to go a lot when we lived in Miami. We would come out to Orlando. Now that we live in Orlando, we don't go down to Miami. We really don't have a reason to go down to Miami, unless we're going on like a cruise ship or something. So we'll go down to Miami or Fort Lauderdale to catch the cruises. But yeah, other than that, we don't really do anything. You have to drive. Look at this. See what I'm saying? So that white car over that Mitsubishi almost hit me right here. Didn't put his indicator on, nothing, and just cut off this car here. But yeah, that's driving in Florida. And it's definitely a South Florida driver because they're headed northbound, so they're coming from south going north. So not surprised. That's kind of the reason I left South Florida. Don't miss you guys, that's for sure. Don't miss you guys. But you'll see that they won't even put the indicator on, so he just flipped lanes from this lane to that lane. Hey, oh, he just put on his indicator. JK. Look at me. I was about to publicly shame that guy, and then boom, he did it. that would have been funny. I guess it was funny because he did put on his indicator, but I was here about to publicly shame the guy. Who am I? Who am I to judge? Nobody. But yeah, this is a nice little road trip. I don't know. I think I have like 50 miles to go, so it's not terrible. That's like when you drive to work. Sometimes I used to drive 50 miles to work. So, anyways, this is my view. Yeah, I'm still thinking about the Olivia Rodrigo "Happier" song. I don't know why. I really don't know why I'm thinking about that song. But yeah, kind of a sad song. Yeah. Anyways, here's my view.
Can talk to me the way girl talk, the man fall back, come correct. All vanity, this life it beat the man till a man come regret. You probably see Columbus search the word for the word intellect. One trying to see the one consequence, just follow one come collect. Say you want come pre me, I be like show, I be MTV. Them they count 1, 2, 3, it's a good kid for your mad city. Say they want come see me, I be like so with all a man yadi to glorify me Lordy. Can talk to me the way girl talk, the man fall back come correct. All vanity, this life it beat the man, Solomon come regret. You probably see Columbus search the word for the word intellect. One trying to see the one consequence. Yeah, me feel sing along there. It's a blessing for this life, you know, small till the last.
See me St. Cloud, 1 mile. All right, getting back up to Orlando. I'm gonna be getting here soon. I don't know, maybe stop somewhere to get something to eat before I get home. It's 2:45 right now. 95 degrees outside. It's hot. It's hot. But yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna stop somewhere, get something to eat. I'm not gonna film it. It's gonna be probably I don't know, a fast food place. Who knows? But yeah. that's it. That's my day. Nice long day. Been up for a long time. Been traveling for a long time. Check out that plane right there. Headed over to MCO, Orlando International Airport. Right behind the crane there. But yeah, that's been my day. A nice fun day. Taking care of business. Friday, SpaceX IPO. Hopefully you've had a great day. Wherever you're at, regardless whether you care about finance or don't. Just want to bring some like good light and good hearted videos to you guys, to give you guys something to watch, whether you're at work or on your lunch break or having breakfast or on the drive home. But yeah, this is it. This is my day. I'll be leaving you guys. Hopefully you have a great day. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and check out this one, check out that one. And yeah, I'll leave you guys for now. Have a great day.